Hey everybody, what's up? It is Yen. 皆さんこんにちは。私は Yen と申します。今日は本当に暑いですよね。In my hometown, it is super hot. So, hopefully I'll cool off with whatever we're watching today. Don't mind my bangs. I also tried to cut my own bangs. Yeah, kind of ugly. So, I'm just bringing that out there because I'm kind of looking at myself and I'm worried, but hopefully when I shrink myself, I will not worry about my hair. Anyways, that was TMI. We are going to be listening to, is it a comeback? It is an MV. This time it is an MV. It's an MV, so it's a comeback. Super excited. Thank you for the viewers who have been telling me and keeping me up to date of how JO1 is doing, and I know I am a bit behind just because of all the busy schedules that I have, and with work I cannot post as often. However, when there's a comeback, I will watch it, and I'm super excited to watch it with you all today. So today we are listening to a song by JO1, and it is called Real. What is real? Is it going to be like ironic where they say it's real but it's actually all magical and upside down and all that, or is it real? I don't know what it's going to be. So I'm excited to check it out with you, and let's watch it together. 一緒に見てみましょう. Alright, Real official MV. A lot of times JO1 has dance performances or dance videos instead, so maybe it's more funky, more cool, just more effects because it's not just dancing. I don't know, but let's check it out right now.
鏡の奥ずっとさまよい続けたけど気づいたんだ This is me, this is me 一歩ずつ I will be there 昨日よりも近づく夢変わらない I will be true もっともっと届けたい太陽が包むまばゆい光君照らす描くんだその日を最後の一歩たどる日を Yeah 目の前に This is my desire もっと高い場所Let's go that way 鏡の中ずっと閉じ込められたようで One step 時が経って Someday Two step 思い出を開いて仕草なこの見た Daydream 確かなものしていく On your phone のそう未来へこにの White Castle 散らばった記憶幼き日の憧れたち手のひらに集めて確かなものへ帰るから太陽が包むまばゆい光君照らす描くんだその日を最後の一歩たどる日を Yeah 目の前に This is my desire もっと高い場所夢見てた場所さ Like you 描いた場所さ君と僕のダイス同じ場所で重ねよう明日へ突き抜ける My wings と果てしなく続くストーリーそう遠い未来じゃないだろう Right now right here so real 目の前に This is my desire もっと高い場所連れてくよ手を掴んでどこまでも We'll be together now 強く握って
real stranger ninja stars. Okay. My Japanese is not good enough to really understand what they're saying, other than I heard like hikari and tayo or something like that. Moto benkyou shite imasu yo ne. I need to study more Japanese. But let's start from the beginning, as there were lots of cool things to watch and enjoy aside from the choreography as well. So let's go back to the beginning. So when I first saw this, I was like, okay, we're not going to talk like real, but instead playing with reality, like what's real, what's fake, with all the mirrors. And we definitely see a lot of that symbolism happening throughout this MV, with all the mirrors, who is who, right? Different angles, different perspectives, who is the true you, so to speak, based on the MV, the storyline, I'm guessing. Like I said, my Japanese is quite limited. I had trouble understanding what they're saying, especially when they're singing and rapping, right? The flow of the words can be very different. So if it's like hikari, for example, they might say hikari or something like that, and I'll be like, what does that mean? So I failed to understand what they're saying, but there was a little bit of English, right? Like, you're my desire or something like that. So it's probably talking about wanting you, loving you, I like you, that type of mood right there. However, in a lot of this MV, there's a color scheme of black and white, right? Kind of like a maze, checkers, chess, that type of a theme going on, as well as the floor. And a lot of times they danced in pairs, which kind of reflected each other, as well as, you know, dancing in front of a mirror or singing in front of a mirror. So a lot of that going on, which is kind of fun. We can see how the idea of pairing up, dancing in a synchronized way, but also a reflection, mirrored version, is very fun for me. And we get to see everyone quite clearly. We do have various outfits here, black and white again, but they look really cool. Slightly similar besides the color, but the outfits, right? There are some similarities and yet differences. So like, who is who, right? They all look the same, quote unquote, from afar, but if you look up close, right, they're different. That's the feeling I'm getting. And we actually saw a lot of the choreography, which is kind of nice too. Powerful, slick, mostly in sync until there are pairs where they dance in opposite directions, angles. So I think they played it pretty well, or directed it well, when it comes to this idea. And we also noticed that the background, right, the props are full of like symmetrical kind of shapes, and color schemes are similar. So again, playing with shapes and colors is a huge theme for this MV. We see glass breaking, people looking very chill and calm, right? Staring deeply into the camera or to the fans, and a lot of, you know, again, mirrors and that type of reflection. And so that's what I see a lot as well. Playing with, I guess, depth as well, where a lot of members, kind of like in other performance videos, right? A group stands out and does their part, and then they flip-flop or rotate and transition to smaller groups from different angles as well. So in this case, they're kind of grouped together, and he is kind of in the center rapping. So a lot of fancy little tricks, which is cool too. Again, concept of mirror, reflection, who is who. I think it's just quite nice. Some parts are very like elegant like, but then they become super fierce again. And then we are outside afterwards, and I just want to pause right here. Their outfits look very nice, similar color scheme, but instead of black and white, there's some yellow, purple, blue to it in this case. And we are outdoors with nature. I mean, you know, I know CG, but you get it. And again, lots of shapes, different types of shapes, different depths, you know. So it's similar to what they were when they were indoors right here, but then they kind of were refreshed in some ways and are outside. So I'm not really sure what is going on in this MV, but other than, you know, the themes that are repeating constantly. And I just thought this scene was also very cool. I feel like rappers get, you know, extra special moments since they don't get to rap as much in this song. So they get like a cool stage presence or kind of like their little scene before the other members kind of like go back in together, and then they regroup and dance as a whole team. So I thought that was really nice, and I just enjoyed it. I mean, I'm just constantly seeing all these patterns again and again. Did anyone stand out in my opinion? Yes. As you can see, I'm trying to figure out where he's at. Ooh, I don't know if I can find him. I guess he was like the main dancer. The main dancer last time caught my attention as well, and I'm sure he has done it again. I just can't find him at the moment, and I don't want to waste our time just searching around. But as you can see, just beautiful choreography, and I also like the ending, if I can get to the ending. After all, like this teamwork of like just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just really cool. Kind of sci-fi feel for me for some reason. I'm not sure if you have the same feeling as I do. But here, is he the tiniest guy? Is that why he gets this part? But everyone is always in some ways incorporated or intertwined with other members, as you can see here. And then we zoom out, other members have a similar pose as well. So a lot of unique choreography that's hard to pick and choose, you know, the coolest parts. But I really like how JO1 always have choreography where individuals stand out, small groups stand out, and then like whole group. The way they format in their dancing is just super unique. Or maybe the cameraman or the director or editor is able to show that in the MV, which makes it, you know, more JO1 style, which I like as well. But they also look very fancy, and for those who are fans or know more of JO1, real, stranger, ninja star, like, is there a correlation? There probably is, but like, what is the relationship between all this? And why stranger? Because it seems so distant, and yet they're saying they're real, which makes you want to connect, but strangers. So not sure how they came up with this idea, but it's definitely intriguing and very mysterious, in my opinion. So yeah, another great choreography, great vocals as I was listening, nice rapping. They do have different rappers with different ranges, and I think they inserted their rapping parts, you know, nicely. Like those who were nice and low were good. Those who were more high range were able to, you know, like pack a punch up there too. So definitely enjoyable. They always change their styles in hair and makeup, which makes it hard for me to know who is who, but I will get there. It takes me forever for even a small group. It takes a while for me to recognize who is who, so let alone a large group. Please be patient, as there are so many other groups out there that I'm trying to memorize and get to know too. So yeah, thank you again for the person who recommended this song to me. Like and subscribe my channel and continue to support JO1 and listen to Real. I think as I was looking up this song, another song by JO1 just popped up. So they are super busy. 皆さんは忙しいですね。お疲れ様でした. Man, they must be tired, but I hope they have a break and have a little, you know, vacation time or sleep time for them, as they seem to be very, very, you know, it's nice that they're producing so much for us, but I hope they can rest too and not get sick. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this with me, and I will see you another time. ありがとうございました。皆さんまたね。See you all later. Thank you.